Thank you. Uh, the union contract, that was last year that we negotiated that, correct? In 2021?
Yes,
And it was a 5-year contract, correct?
I think 4.
4?
No, yeah, I think it was 4. It's
4,
through
okay.
2025.
Because I have it, I don't have it with me. It's on my desk, but Christine had asked for a copy of that.
Oh,
So
okay.
could you get her a hard copy of that, please?
Thank you. Nope.
And it, was it 4 or was it 5 years? That's so awful, like it was just last year and I can't.
I thought it's through 2025, so, but I'll double check.
Yeah, okay, 2025. So yes, it is a 4-year, so. Okay. All right, so we are all set with the executive session then. And I guess what else do we have to wrap up for the budget? Or we've got some money we need to expend. We should maybe talk about where we want to put that.
Did we want to give Ben more money for the building? We had talked about
I do.
revisiting
I think
that.
that's a good place.
I
to
think
put it.
that's a good idea.
I do too. And it's, you know, we're committed to stay there. So I think that that wouldn't be a bad thing.
So
What are you thinking, 20,000 maybe?
I know he's very good at budgeting, so whatever he does with it, it'll be,
I mean, 20 would double what
Well
he
spent.
had, 60 to, I mean, that would give him, that would double his budget.
how much did he ask?
Well,
for?
yes, 100
And he had 60, right?
and in the current year.
In the
yeah.
current year.
Yeah.
So that would double it.
So his comments that I wrote down for that were,
Does it make sense to put some in the section house? Cause it's kind of the same.
No, that's CDG, yeah.
Oh,
that's-
yeah,
I guess,
oh, yeah.
those are different funds that we get from the state.
right, so he needs interior drainage, doors, weatherproofing, and like you said, he's looking to do geothermal heating.
Oh, which is wonderful, I love that.
Mhm.
If we can go toward that, absolutely. If we can be, yeah, a building
what do you guys
within the
think,
town of
20?
Amherst, it says geothermic.
Another 20?
Awesome.
Cool.
Pardon?
You think, what do you think, another 20?
Okay, yeah, at least.
How much do we have again?
60.
60. I don't know where else we would put it all. Where else?
Well, so I would say, you know, we can always put additional funding into parks because we have quite a bit of money or quite a bit of projects that we're gonna wanna finish off. And even though we are getting money from Karen McMahon's office, I believe, you know, there's still with the section masters walk, bringing that Lehigh
What we want to
station
do,
house
right,
up to,
right.
you know, where it
Full
needs to
walkway
be.
and all that, yeah.
Well, we want to move the parking lot off of the, you know, out of the way. So there's like a walking area and a parking separate. So I mean, maybe we put some of it into parks as well, along with DPW, but I would be okay putting even a bigger chunk into the DPW building. Because I think you've all been over there, you've seen it, it could really use it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
What do you
So-
think, Deb? What are you thinking, Deb?
40-20 or something?
Well, I was thinking like maybe 40 into the DPW building and let, you know, like some of those projects really get off the ground over there. And then, you know, maybe doing 20 into the parks
You know, maybe
or
that-
something like a split.
Maybe that can also include making the area where the salt is more attractive.
Well,
Maybe-
that's a great
yeah.
point. Like, what about maybe like, so since
Yeah.
So since we're not going over to move the side yards at this point, maybe, and that may never come to fruition, right? We may just be stuck with those. So maybe just better fencing to kind of like
Absolutely.
get that out of everybody's view when you're over there, right? So some type of, I don't know, that's a thought. I mean, just to kind of, so you're not really looking at it. It's,
It is ugly.
it is ugly,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
so-
yeah.
So like remedying, like site remediation at the park, I don't know, I mean,
Because all those people are paying those thousands of dollars in their new apartments, they're looking at that and oy.
oh, it's, yeah, well, it's awful, I mean, you know, Can we put like a 12-foot high fence up, or is that a code violation?
I know someone.
We're gonna plant arborvitae, really tall arborvitae.
Or something. Well, arborvitae's will get eaten. Maybe those green giants, the deer don't like those. We can plant a bunch of those.
I don't
Oh, they
understand
don't?
that. They'll
Oh,
not
man,
touch
they
mine.
might.
Well, you're lucky because
Yeah.
they definitely eat mine. So,
So let's
yeah,
concentrate on that, the beautification of that area and fixing the DPW building.
Yep, I like it.
yeah. I mean, I think just let's maybe we can just say, let's put the money over at that area, right? Like the beautification,
DPW,
the
right.
park, DPW, kind of, spend some money over there. Maybe Ben can give, Judy, maybe Ben can give you a more solid number if he was looking, is it 20, is it 30? And then we would have a better idea of what we could put into the park.
Because he said he only had enough time to do a certain amount.
Right.
this year, right?
Exactly.
He doesn't want to take off more than he can do in a year.
Right. But if we do need something for Island Park, we could still use some money from that, right? Because we're just gonna call it parks,
Parts.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because I want to stress that,
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's not
all right?
South Lawn Park, it's Park.
Now, the other thing I just want to throw out there, because we've talked about it, if we're doing a mural on the Island Park Pavilion, right? We know that it's going to cost a couple $1,000s, right? So do we want to take some of that 60 and can we just like dedicate that for the mural for that back wall? Because we're getting the whole pavilion is getting repainted this year. Ben's
Yeah.
putting together the bids for it. The Parks Committee decided we're not going to get that aluminum screening. We're going to keep the trellis work because it's in really good shape and we're just going to repaint it all.
Okay.
So it's really going to give it a nice fresh look. Ben thought that was a good idea too, because it isn't as though that trellis work is broken or
We
rotting or
need more
whatnot.
bandwidth. Can we spend more?
I'm sorry? You broke? I think they're frozen. Let's see, Keaton.
Okay.
You're frozen.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got
Yeah,
it?
you're frozen.
We're good now.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry, I didn't get to hear what you said, Christine.
I said, can we spend money on bandwidth? Because we lost you both.
Yes, that's probably a good cost on maybe like cameras. Because didn't we talk about, with the, I guess, so here's a question, and this will be for Ben. If we're doing all these improvements at South Long Park, do we have the adequate camera system to kind of help oversee that, or to kind of maybe curtail people from vandalizing what we're redoing over there?
And that's
So
probably something for the IT guy as well.
Right, but that could be maybe, maybe part of that 60,000 would be able to encompass that as well.
And I think it's okay with the mural. We could add the mural into that as well, because it's all kind of parks related.
It's all right. I mean, so we could even add, yeah, right. So if we're giving parks like 20 or 30,000, part of it then could come into the mural.
Yeah, and the misting station for the playground at Island Park.
Yep, we could do that too, as long as once we get that water line
If you
done.
looked into it, it's like a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you're constantly running water, so.
it's
that-
just a spritz. It's recycled though, I think. You have to look into it, but they're not that much.
Okay.
Because we weren't giving them the splash pad. Remember years
Right.
ago, they were
Right.
promised the splash pad? So I think a misting station would be really nice for the kids and the adults.
Yeah, I do too. And we are getting new water fountains in all the parks. So Ben, those should be coming in. I believe we ordered 8 total of those, and they have the water bottle filling mechanism as well. And then there's a place at the bottom, I believe, for like a doggy drinking station. So we have pictures of those. If you want to see them, Ben can maybe bring those to our next meeting, but that's something that the parks has requested and that we've done. So.
So let me ask, we're adding 60,000 to the budget. Is it all going under the central garage, or are we splitting some of that out for parks?
That's what we want to do. We want to split some out for parks. So do we want to just do like 30-30? What are you thinking?
We have to do it right now, or can we wait till Ben gets back to us? You know what I mean? I don't know if you, can you hear me, Deb?
Yeah, I can hear. I don't know. It's a Judy question because we meet again on February 14th, so we could.
Yeah, I gotta put it in somewhere, so, I mean, what are you thinking for what you wanna do for the parks? How much?
I like the 40-60, or, yeah, 40 to the
40 to-
DPW, 20.
40,
Yeah.
20. And
But
I
that
mean, it's
includes-
not etched in stone today, I mean,
Right.
that number can
Yeah,
be changed. but-
Because that will include the salt pile and all that, so
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
sure, it's not just the building.
Right.
Okay, yeah. What do you call that
Okay,
area?
so
The area?
Side yard.
Oh, side
Yeah,
yard.
side
Yeah,
yard. That's where they
so
bring
40, 40, 20.
all that,
Okay.
yeah, and the broken down. Do that, if we can sort of have something, that'd be cool.
Just on the side
Yeah.
here, what would it cost to improve our internet capability? Or like, I mean, I need to understand, we piggyback off of AMP, the town?
Not on our internet, only on our, email.
Oh, okay, so our email is through the town, so we have our own internet provider and our own, so why don't we upgrade that with a little money?
And we're pretty much at the highest level.
And we still don't have like great coverage?
No, we're good, except that the cameras use so much of it.
I think it's Wi-Fi, I don't see it hardlined in, right, so it's probably,
We're Wi-Fi.
I know, that's what I'm saying, so your downgrade, it should be hardwired in, and be a lot faster. You know what I mean?
And the outside cameras,
the
Christine, we're
laptop
thinking of
that's plugged in.
changing
No,
them,
if I had
so
my
they're more,
laptop plugged in directly to.
so they use less power.
So they use less of
cameras
the
are
bandwidth.
not- yeah, they're old, you know, they use
Okay,
way too
I
much
just
power.
see the money on the table, and if we could throw a few thousand in improving something like that, that
Right.
we don't.
Because
that
remember
we
we
just
had
all
that Zoom
complained
meeting
about.
and you couldn't understand anybody that was calling in, awful.
You're going
I
through
think that
Zoom
has to do
too,
with
that's
Zoom,
Zoom,
I
yeah, I
don't
think
think
that's
that
too
has
much
Oh,
for
it
Zoom.
is?
Yeah.
I thought it was our bandwidth, that's why.
Yeah, it's not really meant for that.
Some of it is, some of it, when it gets frozen like that, is because the cameras are using so much bandwidth every time. So the cameras that are there, and then if someone walks in front of it, that starts it rolling. So depending on how many cameras are rolling at one time, that's how much bandwidth.
Yeah, and it goes through the Zoom company, you know, so it's everyone's individual, the server, Zoom, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never understand it, but I
And
believe
It's
it.
all electronics.
If
And
we,
that's
if
the
we're getting the
same for the
highest. then
Yeah,
that's what we
we're
do.
definitely at the highest.
Okay. Okay, just over there.
All right, so we're good then. 40-20, and we make sure we have an outline of what we're proposing, so we don't forget. Okay?
Mhm.
'Cause I do forget.
Chamber cells, long, beautification, DPW bombs, listing stations,
Yeah.
Yep.
Mural,
mural.
yeah. Cool, all right.
Okay, is there anything else, Judy, that we're missing while we're all here? If not, we'll meet again on the 14th.
No, I think, we're good.
And then when do we have we have to have a public hearing once
Yeah,
that's all down the road, like
Yeah.
March or April, or how's it?
probably March, because I'd like to have everything done before the first April meeting, because I'm gonna be gone. I can zoom in at that meeting if we're doing that at that time, but I'm not, right, so.
Okay.
I would like to, because I have to, everything has to be done before the end of April, so hopefully we can finalize it by the end of March. I mean, I think we're in a good position. So,
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
Okay.
so what'll happen is Judy will update all of these numbers that we've discussed. And she will give us a updated copy of the budget with all these new numbers in it. And then, we'll just make sure everything's the way it needs to be. And then, we'll have the budget hearing to approve it.
Sounds good.
Perfect, okay.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't have anything else. Judy, if you don't, I think we're all set.
I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions on anything else?
smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're there. I think I had nothing else.
I'm good.
And then Judy, we should be under the 2%, the property tax cap.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're good. Where are we? We're only at like just under 1%.
Good, good.
Good. Oh, I do have one question, Judy. Where do our pilot payments come from? What are those? Where do we get payment income taxes for?
There's two properties that have pilots. There's an Iskolo property on Main Street. Could be 727 maybe, and then the Bevelacqua property down at Line Street.
Thank you.
Mhm. And the way those worked is, the post assessed value gets taxed 100%. And then the improvements start at 50% and go up 5% each year till it reaches 100%. The Iskolo property is currently at 95%, I think they'll be at, and the other one, I think, is at 65% this year.
Okay, thank you.
Dog alert, dog alert.
This is Frankie.
Aw,
I love Frankie's
oh, how
cute.
cute. Hi,
So-
Frankie.
So Eileen, remember my big Great Dane? I've downsized a little.
Very little. I mean, hugely downsized. Hi, Frankie. Oh, he's so cute. Hi. He's like, what am I doing up here? How old is he?
He's 6.
Oh, he's so, oh, is he? He's so cute. What a
Yeah.
cutie pie. I love animals.
I know you
I
do.
don't want to go outside in the snow. Does he mind the big snow?
Oh, we have to shovel a path and then he's in and out real fast. He doesn't stay long.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, Judy, if we're all set, then I guess we'll just see everybody on the 14th.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good.
Sounds good.
We're good.
All right, great.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank you, Keaton, for setting up. Appreciate
problem.
it.
No problem at all.
Thanks,
Okay.
everyone, for coming.
Where are these for the 14th? Perfect.
See everyone in 9 days.
No, I just
Yeah.
need a-
All right,
All right,
thanks, everybody.
bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Recording. Should we stop recording?
All right, thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
too.
thanks.
Enjoy skiing.
Oh, you going skiing too?
I thought he was going skiing. My son is in Vermont. What's a good ski area in Vermont?
Oh,
Which
right.
place is it?
Killington stuff.
Stowe. He's at Stowe. I'm gonna take these hearts though. I love these. These- I love them. He knows. Thank you for bringing the food. That was
Yeah,
really
that was very
sweet.
nice. Judy. What line, budget line does it come out of, or?
My
Your budget line.
Not my budget line, my pocket.
All right. What's the temperature? Anybody know?
It is 16.
No.
Oh, bombing.
Ugh, I'm so sick of this. I want the snow to just melt finally. It can start over, but just melt.
Oh, I got home and nobody shoveled damn approach. It was like boulders and the piles at the side of the driveway are taller than me.
So what did you do?
I got pissed.
Well, how'd you get in your driveway?
I drove through it.
You did? You must have an SUV.
I have a small SUV.
Yeah, see, I can't.
And I
with my
went in the
little
house and
car.
I bitched. Oh, it was working. You know what? And then Melanie, oh, I did the rest of the driveway.
Yeah.
Well, didn't help me out, and guess what? You're not getting your car out. So then I went out and I just shoveled my side of the driveway. I thought.
Did you
"Screw that."
really? Oh my gosh.